Welcome back to RaggedyAssRich, where we keep it real about money and wealth building. I'm your host, and today we're talking about something that affects millions of people who are doing everything right. Working full-time, getting raises, making more money than they ever have, and still broke by the 25th. Today, we're getting into the paycheck-to-paycheck trap. What it actually is, why more income doesn't automatically fix it, and what finally breaks the cycle. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with a number that should make you stop and think. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Not 78% of poor people. 78% of Americans. That includes people making $75,000 a year. That includes people making six figures. Because the paycheck-to-paycheck trap is not about how much you make. It's about the gap between what comes in and what goes out. And until you understand that, a raise won't save you. A promotion won't save you. A second job won't save you. You'll just be broke at a higher income level. Let's define the trap first. Living paycheck to paycheck means your bills are tied to your paycheck. Your spending resets every 2 weeks. You have little to no buffer if something goes wrong. And the second your check hits, it's already spoken for. Rent, car note, insurance, utilities, subscriptions you forgot you had. And then groceries, gas, the random stuff that always comes up. By day 10, you're watching your account like it's on life support. And you tell yourself, I just need to make more money. But here's a truth nobody tells you. More money doesn't break the trap. Your habits break the trap. Because if you don't change how you manage money, you will live paycheck to paycheck on every income level. I've seen it happen. People get a $20,000 raise and their lifestyle expands to absorb every dollar of it. New car, nicer apartment, more eating out, and 6 months later, they're just as tight as they were before. Same trap, different number. So, why doesn't more money fix the problem? Because the trap isn't in your income. It's in 3 places. Number 1, lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. You've been driving a 2015 Honda, but now you got a raise. Suddenly, a 2023 feels like something you deserve. You've been eating at home, but now that you're making more, going out 3 times a week feels reasonable. This is lifestyle inflation, and it's the biggest reason raises don't change your financial situation, because you inflate your lifestyle before you build any financial foundation. Number 2, no system for the money. Most people don't have a plan for their paycheck. It comes in, they pay what's due, they spend what's left, and they wonder where it went. There's no intentionality, no budget, no allocation, just money in, money out, repeat every 2 weeks. And without a system, your money will always find somewhere to go, usually not somewhere useful. Number 3, no financial margin. Margin is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. If you earn $4,000 a month and spend $3,950, you have $50 off margin. That's not a life. That's a trap. Because $50 doesn't survive a flat tire. It doesn't survive a doctor's visit. It doesn't survive anything. And when the unexpected hits, it will hit. You go into debt. And debt tightens the trap even more. Let's talk about debt, because this is where the trap gets vicious. Here's how the loop works. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, an appliance that dies. You don't have savings, so you put it on a credit card. Now you have a credit card payment, which means less money available next month, which means you're tighter than before, which means the next unexpected expense goes right back on the card, and the balance grows. And now you're not just broke, you are broke and in debt, and the minimum payment is eating $150, $200, $300 off your check before you even get started. That's the loop. And most people stay in it for years, not because they are irresponsible, but because nobody taught them how to break it. Alright, here's where we get practical. Breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle is not about getting a better job, winning the lottery, cutting out every luxury until you're miserable. It's about 3 things, and they work in order. Step 1, create a $1,000 buffer fast. Before you do anything else, before you invest, before you aggressively pay debt, you need $1,000 sitting in a separate account that you do not touch. Not in your checking, not where you can see it every day. A separate savings account you have to think twice about accessing. This $1,000 is your circuit breaker. When the unexpected happens, and again, it will, you use this instead of a credit card. which means you don't add to your debt, which means the trap doesn't tighten. $1,000 sound like a lot when you're broke, but here's the math. $84 a month for 12 months, $42 a paycheck if you're paid bi-weekly. That's it. Cut one thing. Pick up one small side income. Sell something you don't use. Get to $1,000 first. Everything else comes after. Step 2. Give every dollar a job. This is budgeting, but not the kind that makes you feel deprived. A zero-based budget means that every single dollar of your income is assigned somewhere before the month starts. Rent assigned, utilities assigned, groceries assigned, gas assigned, savings assigned, fund money assigned. When you get to zero, every dollar has a purpose. This sounds rigid, but it's actually freeing. Because instead of wondering where your money went, you told it where to go. And you don't feel guilty about spending your fun money because you planned for it. There are apps that can help with this. YNAB, Every Dollar, even a simple spreadsheet. The tool doesn't matter. The habit matters. Step 3. Build margin deliberately. Remember margin? The gap between what you earn and what you spend? Your goal is to grow that gap every month, even if it's $25 more than last month, even if it's $50. You are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to build a trend. Every month, your margin grows, the trap loosens. And here's the key. When your income goes up, raise, bonus, side hustle, do not let your lifestyle absorb it. Lifestyle inflation is how people stay broke at higher incomes. If you get a $300 raise, put $200 off it toward savings or debt. Enjoy $100 off it. You earned it. But do not let the whole thing disappear into a nicer Netflix plan and more DoorDash. Now, let's talk about mindset. Because the practical steps only work if your thinking shifts too. The paycheck-to-paycheck trap is partially a money problem, but it's also a belief problem. Most people who stay in the trap believe somewhere deep down that this is just how it is. I'll never get ahead. Something always comes up. Rich people were born that way. And when you believe that, you don't fight the trap. You just survive it. The mindset shift is this. Your current financial situation is temporary if you treat it that way. It is not your destiny. It is not your identity. It is a situation, and situations can be changed. But you have to stop accepting it as permanent. Because the moment you accept it as permanent, you stop making small decisions that would change it. You stop packing lunch because what's the point? You stop saving $40 because that's nothing. You stop looking for better opportunities because nothing's going to change anyway. And the trap stays locked. The people who break it are not always the highest earners. They are the ones who decided, one small decision at a time, that the trap was not permanent. Let's be real about what this process looks like. It's not a dramatic transformation in 30 days. It's quiet, it's slow, it's a little boring. It looks like packing lunch instead of buying it 3 times a week. Canceling 2 subscriptions you forgot you had. Putting $40 extra toward your buffer this paycheck. Saying no to a weekend trip you can't afford. None of it feels powerful. But 6 months from now, you have $1,000 in savings instead of 0. You're not panicking every time your check is 3 days away. You have a little margin. That is the cycle breaking. It doesn't look like a glow up. It looks like breathing room. And breathing room is everything when you've been suffocating financially. Here's what people don't talk about enough. Once you break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, everything else becomes possible. Because the trap doesn't just affect your bank account. It affects your decisions. It affects your stress levels. It affects what opportunities you can say yes to. When you're in the trap, you can't take a lower paying job that might lead somewhere better. You can't leave a situation that's hurting you because you need that paycheck. You can't take a risk on a business idea because you have no cushion. The trap keeps you stuck in every area of your life. But when you have margin, you have choices. You can take the risk. You can leave the bad situation. You can say yes to opportunity. Financial stability is not about being rich. It's about having choices. And the paycheck-to-paycheck trap robs you of choices more than anything else. Alright, let's bring it home. The paycheck-to-paycheck trap is not about your income. It's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. It's about having no margin, no system, and no buffer. More money won't fix it if the habits don't change. What actually breaks the cycle? $1,000 emergency buffer first, before anything else. A zero-based budget that gives every dollar a job. A commitment to growing your margin every month. A mindset that treats your situation as temporary, not permanent. It's slow, it's quiet, it's not glamorous. But on the other side of it is something most people in this trap have never experienced. Financial peace. Not wealth yet, not early retirement yet, just the feeling of not being one emergency away from disaster. That feeling is worth every packed lunch and canceled subscription. Start there. That's it for today's episode of RaggedyAssRich. If you've ever made more money and still felt broke, you are not alone. And you are not bad with money. You just haven't had the right system yet. Drop a comment and tell me where you are in your financial journey. This has been RaggedyAssRich. Until next time, protect your money, protect your peace, and remember, the trap is temporary if you decide it is. Peace.